I hear a Mexican gentleman that you never see, but I see Darian Brown, and I can hear him mutter a few things very faintly. There you have it, guys. That's my deduction on the voices that you hear. If you think something different, please comment below. Just keep it respectful and professional. That's all I ask. And no victim bashing. No victim bashing. Thank you. God bless.
Welcome and all American Cartel members, Anons, Facebook friends, Twitter followers, random YouTube viewer. Thanks for joining me. My name is Julio and I am the Theorizing Theorist. And today we have a doozy of an episode. Now, if you couldn't tell, in the beginning of this episode was some information from Benny. Now he's conceding that it was a conspiracy, not just Brown. He said the killer was behind bars, not the killers, plural. So now I'm wondering, what does Pinkerton know? Pinkerton claimed that there was a Mexican boy there with a camera that recorded everything and that he was cooperating with the police. I don't know how accurate that is, but I do know that now this gentleman here, Mr. Benihana, is claiming to be an insider with Monica, and he's also now claiming that there was a Mexican there recording it, and he could tell that he was a Mexican by the dialect. Now, I'm going to show you the video in its entirety, and I want you to really pay attention to the voice. I've enhanced the voice even more than this supposed engineer has. Don't know why he couldn't turn up the freaking volume on this. I had to do it, but not complaining. Thank God I went to school and got some video editing skills remembered anyway. So, with that said, I'm going to have two videos here. As I was making this video, he dropped another video, what was supposed to be a statement from Monica Sherrod, which ended up turning out to be what I do believe to be private communications with Monica Sherrod that he is currently engaged in. And if you read what they're saying to each other, it sounds like they're in a relationship. That's right, you heard it from me. Sounds like Monica Sherrod and Benihana are dating right now. Maybe they were always dating. I don't know. This whole thing just gets weirder and weirder. But yeah, please be sure to subscribe, like, share, follow, and if you're so inclined and so blessed to donate, please consider donating by clicking one of the links down below in the description box. I have a Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and I very much so appreciate any and all donations, even dollar donations. It does not matter. I just appreciate it for the validation. It's like 10 likes in one, you know, for someone to click the link and go there and do all that and give their hard-earned money over, even if it's $1, just shows all the extra effort that, you know, it would take somebody to hit a simple like button. But with that said, if all you can afford to do is hit the like button, please do so, and make sure you're subscribed and all that good stuff. So anyway, guys, back to the story. At the end of this video, there's two videos. The second half is the one with the supposed Monica statement and the private communications with Benny, between Monica and Benny, what it seems like. Now, please comment down below if I'm wrong or incorrect on that information, especially Benny Hana. If you're listening to this, please feel free to comment below. And if you're listening to this, please understand fair use and copyright. I'm a pro at it. There's nothing you can do here. So anyway, guys, if we were to assume that what this guy is saying is, well, let's just assume that the what we're hearing is a who knows, right? But it sounds a lot more like a certain Cameron. Now, I've never heard Brown speak. I don't know if you guys have. I don't know what his dialect is. It looks like he came from a pretty okay, wealthy family. In other words, maybe he went to private school, even didn't have the ebonics, whatever they call it, in his dialect. Maybe he was, I don't know. But I do know that the voice that I'm going to enhance for you in this first part of this, the first video of this two-part video here that I'm going to show you, is going to show that it sounds, to me at least, a lot like Cameron. He's got that like southern, not southern drawl, it's more like a Haitian. I don't know. It's a weird. Maybe you guys know. Please comment down below if you guys know what the dialect is. But as far as me, I'm still unconvinced, and now it looks like Benihana is even unconvinced. And this is all we're trying to say. Let's just wait till all the facts come through. This is why I'm trying to remain neutral. I don't want to be caught with my foot in my mouth when they come out arresting Monica Sherrod. So anyway, with that being said, please accept my adios. And as always, you know the routine. To God be the glory.
Good afternoon, guys. So, I kind of set the stage earlier in the week, showing all the different pictures and different things. And it was sort of a validation of sorts on a few different levels. But what we'll talk about in regards to those photos today is that I'm very fluent in audio production, mixing and mastering. So I want to just discuss a little bit about what is on this audio here in this video. So as you'll listen to it, I slowed it down, let it run at regular speed. And the interesting thing that I'm going to explain to you here is that you'll hear, and this is my opinion, based upon listening to thousands and thousands of hours of African American voices due to hip hop, and thousands of hours of listening to Hispanic rappers as well. So let me just give you a little bit a rundown of what I'm hearing. So what you're hearing is the expletive blank IGGA. That whole sleep. So here in Texas, everything is described. The adjective for everything is hoe or bitch, right? Say, man, that whole sleep, right? But the sleep, what up, man? Right? The sleep, the way that the end of it, the eat, it rolled Hispanic-like, okay? Without a doubt. Now, what's interesting about expletive that whole sleep, it in compression, right? In compression of where it's at in the space, in the pocket of audio. Now, when you think of as far as pan, right? So pan is where the music sits in relation to the environment, or, where a vocal sits in relation to an instrumental or any sound other than the vocal. So the Hispanic sounding expletive, that whole sleep, that's closer to the camera. Now, what's also interesting is when that phrase is said, Brown turns around real quick and looks as if someone said, look, that old sleep. He turns around. Almost like Brown was going to leave out of the room, but then the Mexican gentleman says, no, bro, that old sleep. And turns around and he looks, right? So as Brown is walking away towards the door and out of the camera, you'll hear Brown's voice, and you'll be able to gauge in relation to where he is in the room, also the key of the voice, right? So Of course, these are my deductions based upon many, many years of doing audio engineering, vocal mixing and mastering. They say if you have 10 years or 10,000 hours, you're a master. But that's my line of work, and I'm very good at it. So that's my deduction. I hear a Mexican gentleman that you never see, but I see Darian Brown, and I can hear him mutter a few things very faintly.
He loved everybody. The biggest smile ever.
Maury lived in the same home as the 4-year-old. He says he woke up and the child was missing.
I got up, I'm talking about in my shorts, no socks, no shoes, no shirt, running around the neighborhood looking for him. And I run down over there.
Maury's mother had been taking care of the child. Police say his biological father dropped him off at their home back in March, and she lost contact with him.
She can't stop crying. She's been crying ever since. She don't know what to do. She thinks it's her fault. I tell her it's not. There's no reason for this. Like, what he did was wrong.
Brown, who also lives in the same neighborhood, was out on bond for an unrelated charge at the time of the murder. Fox 4 spoke to one of his family members off camera. They claim he suffers from mental health problems. It's still unclear if Brown knew the boy. Maury says he recognizes Brown from school, but has no idea why this would happen.
It's a 4-year-old kid, bro. Like, for what?
Good afternoon, guys. Monica, good gravy, Monica. She wants to make a statement, but the victim blaming has nullified that. What she did want to do is she wanted to send a message out via me, and maybe this will give you some explanation to the level of care and love that she gave those boys. I think a lot of people are mistaken that she's not talking because she's got something to hide. She's not talking because a boy was taken from her home that she loved like her own son and was butchered in the park down the street and then dumped in the street like a newspaper. She can't stop crying. That's why she hasn't made a statement, to appease you people. She hasn't made a statement so she's not the object of more scrutiny and vendetta against her family. She has nothing bad to say about anyone. She just wants everyone to know how much she loved those boys. I challenge any of you that ever lose a child for any reason, due to custody battle or whatever, if this little boy or little girl in your life used to steal your pens and draw on the wall and be naughty, and you used to get on to them, and then something bad happens, and then you look at that thing that they did at one point in time and it was naughty, and now it breaks your heart, that's not the Monica you're making her out to be. God bless you and good day. And Monica sends her love, because she wishes the same thing for her enemies that she wishes for her own family. I bid you good day.